up, everybody? Hope you're all well. Hang on a second. Let's need to sort this out. Hope everyone's well tonight. Thank you for the likes. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you all had a good day today. Just going out for another workout. So, what's up, people? Welcome in here. Hope everyone's well. Just posted a short earlier, and one I did yesterday is now about 2,500 views. So, yeah, it's just all random. Like, yeah, some of them get a few hundred, and then some of them, like that one, that's got 2,500, is still going up. So, I don't know. Never know, really, do you? But yeah, doubt most of those people will actually return though. People just want to have short little bits of content and then just forget about you. They don't remember you. A lot of them, they just kind of back in the day when you connect more with the actual person. There would grow a kind of connection to the actual person, rather than just craving all these different bits of things and just, yeah, it's not like what it used to be, is it? YouTube or internet in general. It's just, there's not really much of a community. There's no connection hardly. It's just, times have changed, but you just got to deal with that. How are you doing, runner boy? I hope you're well. So yeah, we were talking about the whole body fat thing. So if you're saying that you're about 24 to 28%, then that's quite a lot of fat to be carrying around, really. Even for your size, I mean, you're like, what, 80 kilograms? So that means about 20 kilograms is fat. It's about 3 body fat, something like that. It's quite a lot of fat when you think about it. So, I don't know. I mean, you could be right, but I understand there are some people out there that do underestimate their body fat. They think that they're leaner than what they are, but there's also people that do the opposite, where they think they're 30% when they're actually below 20%. So it's hard to really know for certain. But there's a test called, was it fat caliper test. It's not 100% accurate because it doesn't take into account like intramuscular fat and visceral fat, but it can give you an idea. So I think that's probably one of the best cheap ways to determine it, if you've got the right person there who's good enough at measuring these things. So be interesting to see what that came out at. But now Greg Doucette was just below 15%, even though he was claiming to be around 8%. So that's way off what you predicted that his body fat would come out at. So, hi Reluctant, how are you doing? Hang on, my laces again. Just need to sort it out. So I'm this side this time, I think. Right, so yeah, they just keep coming loose. So I'll just sort this out real quick and then we can keep going. So what's that? No, he did that test. Didn't he like get about 8% or something? I don't know. He was saying, well, he's claiming, I think he's below 8% now because he was saying how he's gotten really lean with all the cycling that he does, and obviously with his age it's not going to look that impressive because he's going to have loose skin and things like that. The conditioning isn't going to look as good, like the muscles themselves are going to look not as good, so that can change how things look, but it doesn't look like he's carrying a lot of body fat to me. But it's hard to know exactly unless you get an MRI scan. But I was saying that the average American, I think, was that. I think they said it's somewhere between 30% the average American's body fat percentage. So what you're telling me is that your body fat percentage is roughly the same as the average American. And, you know, they tend to be, you know, less muscular, but does that mean you'd probably have even more body fat than the average American by your estimations? Which I find hard to believe, because the average American is fucking fat. So I don't know. Maybe I've got it wrong there, but I don't think you're as high as what you're saying you are. But maybe that's, I don't know if you have any like body dysmorphia or anything like that. But yeah. Well, 15%. I mean, if we're talking like 15% is like probably what the average person in friggin', you know, in like a healthy country would be. So yeah, it probably isn't that uncommon for someone to be at 15% in some of these countries, like in say like Asian countries where they're quite healthy. But we're actually not very healthy in these countries. So the average guy in the UK is about 21%. So what you're telling me is that you're not as lean as the average man in the UK. I think that somewhere between 18 to 24% is the average of a man in the UK, or something, or at least in the, you know, generally in the West. At least I don't know why. So I guess it depends on each country. Germany's a bit leaner. There's different countries that are. It varies depending on their lifestyle and all that, but yeah, I would argue if you're going above 20%, then not necessarily the healthiest, really. But you know, if you're trying to get bulked up for strong, you know, being strong and all that, then you've got to do what you got to do, I guess. But I mean, I'm just saying that like what you're saying to me with your estimations don't add up to me. Just in terms of like, you know, proportions and things like that, it just doesn't seem right. I mean, I'm not going to argue anymore because, you know, but apparently, right, so yeah, according to like, there was this thing of, what is it, 14 to 17% is considered as fit. So, and then 18 to 24% is considered as average. And then for 25 plus would be bordering on obesity, basically. I mean, that might sound harsh or whatever, but hi Daisy May, how you doing? I hope you're well. So yeah, obviously it depends how you store the body fat as well. You know, if you store it a lot around your gut, then it's going to be more detrimental to be at a higher body fat percentage, whereas if it tends to store more around your legs and other, like your back and things like that, then you can get away with being at a higher body fat percentage, or just a higher level of body fat in general, but yeah, but that's just that's the way it is. That's anyway, the average pull-ups is 10 to 20. Yeah, and that's obviously not right, is it? So what are you telling me, that what they're saying about, you know, when they're estimating people's body fat, is it they're wrong? That when they're basically so that would mean that the average American's more like 35% body fat, then, I'm guessing, according to your estimations, because I really would doubt that you're, you know, as fat as an American, because, you know, they tend to be, you know, with their diet and everything, quite chubby. Even just the average ones, you know, they've got so much junk food and all that shit. They tend to, yeah, not do a lot of exercise. I think the average person in America does about less than 5,000 steps a day. You know, they have a lot of like processed stuff in their food, even more so than we do here. Took me 3 weeks every day pull-ups to get to 10 pull-ups. Yeah, so it just isn't right if, you know, they're saying that high goals are for you, how you doing, I hope you're well. Most people can do 4, in my opinion. I think that's even generous to say that, because if I was to ask the average guy to do a pull-up for me, just your average guy, average age, I don't think he could, because like, you know, they're not that lean, and they don't probably train to build, you know, for that specifically. I mean, I don't think that they can do that, at least not proper reps anyway, because what even counts as a rep? Because there was this guy last night who was doing pull-ups on the, well, it was neutral grip pull-ups. So I was doing them, but he was doing a few reps of them, right? He looks like he was, you know, he likes to eat, shall we say. You know, he had a bit of a belly. He looked like he was into working out, but also liked to eat. He just looked like, kind of like almost like a strongman type of physique, where just like a, you know, kind of a bit of a gut, and probably like to drink, and just kind of, you know, just that sort of like bear mode kind of look. But he was doing these kind of like sloppy reps that were like a lot of momentum and just not full range of motion. So you're telling me that the average person could do 4 strict pull-ups? I really doubt that. The average man. I really, really doubt that. I mean, I really would doubt that, you know, that the average man could do 4 strict pull-ups. We're talking no kipping with your legs, full range of motion going all the way up and all the way down. I mean, I doubt that. Oh, for a start, the average man's about 40 odd years old, and they're probably not all that into fitness. The average man, they're probably not trained for it. So yeah, I'm just like, I'd probably doubt that they would even do that. But I don't know, I might be wrong. Maybe I'm underestimating people. Maybe I'm underestimating people's body fat, and maybe I'm underestimating people's strength. Because I just don't think that most people are that fit. So if you can do 4, then I'd think that that's pretty impressive for like the average person, you know, with average height. But yeah, did a pull-up comp at work the other day. The lads that don't train struggle to get to. Yeah, this is it, you know. And what did the actual pull-ups look like as well? Were they like proper pull-ups? And the thing is, a lot of people will do like their first pull-up and it'll be kind of like they'll be jumping up to the bar, so they're getting a lot of momentum into that first rep. So does the first rep even count if they're doing that? Because you could consider it cheating. Because I remember there was this thing of like, I think, well, there was, you know, like this video on like how many pull-ups can these strong men do, you know, like Eddie Hall and all them. But a lot of them were using a lot of momentum, and some of them could only do 1 rep with momentum by just kind of jumping up to the bar and just kind of swinging and just like, yeah, it's not a strict pull-up. So anyway, so I hope everyone's well. Oh, has anyone seen this like Sporty Beth person? Because there's been loads of like controversy about that, and she's, you know, claiming to be fit even though she's about 100 pounds overweight or something. And I mean, yeah, she can do some like fitness stuff, like she can you know, do, well, she was a CrossFitter basically, so I mean, I think she can run a 5k in under 30 minutes, so that's not bad, especially at her size. And what else was there? A lot of other things, the strength stuff she's quite good at. So I mean, I'd say like she's, you know, if we're talking about fitness in terms of physical performance rather than, I think she has a point in that fitness isn't about a beauty standard. There is truth to that, but at the same time, we shouldn't just be trying to pretend that it's okay for people to just kind of be at that, you know, kind of weight as a woman. It's like, that is not healthy. So I'm kind of like see both sides on it, where yeah, you can still be somewhat fit at that weight. Also, you know, it's probably not going to be that good for your health long term. Have normal blood pressure now, but what is it going to be in 10, 20 years time? You know, where's your cholesterol going to be? You know, all these are things that you might be fine right now, but as your body gets older, it starts to not, you know, be able to detox as well. So there's all that, and it's just accumulation of toxins and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I hope everyone's well. I mean, I'm not very good with pull-ups. Like, it's just being told makes it harder. But yeah, I'm not very good with pull-ups, and I think partly it's just that I don't have a good pull-up bar, and yeah, I find that it's hard at like the bottom, where there's like to try and kind of go all the way down and all the way up because of the range of motion. I'm a bit better on chin-ups because I can get more of the biceps into it, but some people really don't like chin-ups. So I was talking to some guy, like Ennius, who was like, chin-ups are bad for him because something about, so you turn in your wrists or something to do it, and some people find that they can be a bit uncomfortable or something. I don't know if it was him or someone else who was saying, yeah, I think it was, he was saying how it can be, hi Michelle, how you doing today? It does make it harder because you've got extra range of motion and you've also got extra body weight. So yeah, I can say it does make it harder. In fact, it becomes exponentially harder as you get taller, not just linearly, because your, what is it, your, something like your, what is it, you know, like your power goes up, your power goes up linearly, but your strength your body weight, so hang on a sec, your power goes up linearly, but the difficulty goes up exponentially. It's probably because when you're increasing your body weight and the range of motion as well, that yeah, because you have all this dead weight in your legs, especially if you train your legs a lot. There's going to be a lot of dead weight there. Hi Shaky, how are you doing? I mean, if it really didn't make that much of a difference, I would have probably done more pull-ups than what I do. It's just, yeah, but that makes all the difference, doesn't it, when it's a few inches, because like how much of a range of motion is it? You know, like, you know, to begin with. You know, if you're at it, it's like I've heard this thing how on the bench press, just by taking out 1 inch of range of motion from it, you know, like, what is it, makes 30 pounds of difference in terms of your ability to do it. But yeah, bad, what you mean? Anyway, yeah, so but yeah, I'm not great with pull-ups. I mean, I don't know, my height's always been like a limiting factor with it. So you got the short guys who can, you know, do 10, 15, 20 pull-ups, even though they're like skinny as fuck. And then you've got tall guys who can't do any. There was this guy who was like 7'2", and he was like, he could only do 2 pull-ups. He was like massive bodybuilder guy. Now, of course, that's an extreme example there, but if that guy was, say, 5'6", he'd probably do 30, 40 pull-ups. So, yeah, but the difference becomes exponential as you get taller. I mean, there is, you know, other 6-foot guys who can do 15 pull-ups, but I'm not saying that it's, I mean, I'm not trying to say it's an excuse, but it is going to make it harder. You know, it's going to get harder to get to 15 pull-ups. I bet you if those guys were short, they'd probably do 30 pull-ups. You know, it's like, that's why you never see any tall guys in the gymnastics. It's always short guys. So it's obviously making a difference. Yeah, I don't really have a proper height bar. It's just a problem for me, really. And it's like, there's this thing here, but it's just uncomfortable and go up that far. But yeah. Well, I mean, that could be part of it that I don't. But I find that higher up it's actually harder because I have to do more range of motion. But maybe I've just not, because I've not really worked that part of the range of motion enough to. So I could do half reps for like, what is it, 9 on the chin-ups, half rep, well, you know, like half to 2/3 reps or whatever. But I'm not going right down to the bottom. Well, we'll just do, let's see what we've got So they're saying how it makes it harder when you're having to like tuck your legs or something, because then your abs are having to work harder or something. But I don't think you're ever going to get a guy my height doing like 50 pull-ups in a go. If so, it's very rare. It's always the short guys who are going to perform better at these sort of things, really. But so just have a should do more warm-ups, really, but. It's like, for example, was it Jace was saying he could do 14. So, yeah. Another factor would be body fat as well. Like I said, that they all depends really on like how lean you are and stuff like that. So yeah, this is like neutral for it, but yeah. What were we saying? Hope everyone's well tonight. Share the live out if you can. Hit the like button. Alright. Not really. But yeah, my legs are just kind of like not stable. So the bar is just not high up really, but maybe that's not helping with that. Anyway, share the live out, guys, if you can. I was wondering like what the average guy of my height would be able to do on pull-ups. I doubt they can do more than me. Is what I'm saying. The average guy of my height can probably do less, but probably not even one, maybe one at the most. Because the average guy of my height, there's less muscle, more body fat. So yeah, I doubt they'd be able to even do what I could do on it. Because the average guy hasn't trained pull-ups. Yeah. I was on mute. Shit. Fuck's sake. Yeah, so just saying about, yeah, just like the taller guys are gonna struggle more with pull-ups, but I mean, unless you're tall, then you won't understand probably. It's like just adding a few inches to range of motion will make all the difference, especially when it comes to higher reps, because you've got to do those few inches of reps every rep. It adds up quite quickly, and the fatigue will get to you a lot quicker. So yeah, so do these like neutral grip. Just hang on a sec. Just trying to get the right angle for it, really. Who's still here? So yeah, just fucking thing froze up on me, so I was like, didn't realize people were still chatting, and then so I didn't see him saying that I'd been muted. Fuck's sake. Fucking hell. Alright, so I don't know. Oh yeah, just doing the bottom part might be a good way to then build strength in that part of it, I guess. It seems that I can do the top part better, but then I'm just gonna be like, I can't do it with this one really. It's just there's nothing for my height hardly. It just fucking sucks. Yeah. Yeah, slow negatives, yeah, to try that. Yeah, to get more of a stretch then, isn't it? Also, I don't know if I'm like, so I still had a bit of like lat stretch from so trying to do the tuck lever thing, but yeah. But yeah, it's just when you're taller, yeah, this stuff isn't as easy. But then, if I didn't train legs, it would be easier as well. So yeah, So I'm trying to just be like, have a well-rounded physique, but I'm like, because some of these guys will just not train legs at all to get the reps up on the upper body. Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, that's true as well. Is like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you just got to be careful, but anyway, let's see how I go on with this thing. It might be because as well I've been doing a lot of this stuff as well, like just try and get the camera set up properly. What's that? Really good eyeing from the wooden post going over the top. Oh, I don't know. What do you mean? That sounds a bit dangerous. That. It might be too big. That's what she said. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, warm up. So now it's just because I'm like of the kind of thing of, oh, you know, ain't nobody got time for that. That, you know, maybe I should do it more. Just find it really boring, and it's like, oh god. But sometimes you have to do the boring shit to get to the good bit. But yeah. Yeah, it's not a very good. I can't grip it properly. It's just not gonna work for the grip. So yeah, it's and then there's this thing trying to go over there. It's just uncomfortable. Like trying to. Yeah. Hello, Jose. How you doing? Hope you're doing well tonight. I seem to be better at the top levers than I am at pull-ups for some reason, but I think it's because it's more of a static thing. We don't require, like, yeah, it's like more static strength. Anyway, so I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have even bothered tonight. I don't know. There's something off with this what's going on with it, but yeah. Yeah, I guess with your type of workouts, it's probably, I don't actually like, I've heard that warm-ups are more important for like more kind of intense stuff, really, like especially when you're doing like heavy weights and stuff, but I don't know, I'm not expert on that kind of stuff really. But hi Burton, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. But yeah, there's something off with this strap here on, I don't know. I don't know why it's that one, and I don't know, but about 6'4". Last time I checked, I was like 213 pounds, but it'll fluctuate during the day. Anyway, yeah, maybe I should try and cut my weight down. I don't know. I've been wanting to try and add weight on, trying to build muscle, but yeah, I don't know really. Anyway, so yeah, who's still here? I don't know if, yeah, sometimes, where I just don't feel it. Maybe I've been overtraining. But the other day I just felt really good, like I was, yeah, really kind of doing well. Let's try the chin-ups. Can't see it. Ooh. No, what the fuck is going on tonight? Getting fucking annoyed. Probably just gonna go home. Yeah, fuck it. Can't be fucking asked. I don't know what's going on tonight. Really not. Really struggling tonight. Might do some bits when I get home, but it ain't working tonight. Yeah, I'll do push-ups later, but I'm just like, it's just pissing me off. I should be doing better than this at least. Usually I can get a few reps out on like the pull-ups and things like that, and just like I said as well, there's something off with this right trap here. It's just, I don't know if it's just been pulled with something, or maybe, it could have been the way I've been lying on it or whatever. I don't know what's been going on. Just randomly appeared and I was like, what's caused that? So that's probably not going to be helping either. But yeah, sometimes you need to deload, and well, I kind of did yesterday really, so I thought today I would have been able to hit it hard, but I don't know. But yeah, we're going back home. Actually, I might do some of I could do some inverted rows, or body weight rows, or Australian pull-ups, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I'll probably just do some of that. I could do some push-ups as well, but yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Probably just gonna get off of here soon if it's just gonna be like this. So I really can't be asked. So what's everybody been up to today? Whatever. Yeah, that's that can mess you up when you're overstretched, and you just end up with a lot of. Yeah, I still had a bit of like filling in the lat from just doing all that, like the tuck front lever thing. But I've got a lot better with that, so it could be that all that stuff I've been doing and then not really progressing with like pull-ups, and there's this kind of like interference thing going on with that because it works it differently. And yeah, because I do feel it quite a bit lats when I do those tuck lever things. I think it also works the triceps quite a bit as well. So I saw somewhere that it does, and I felt it in my triceps. So yeah, you just want to like be careful not to like do stuff if it's pain. If something's a little bit sore, then it's fine. But like if it's actually the sign that you're doing something wrong. It's either been overtrained or something's been pulled or something like that. And you've got to give it time to heal. But yeah, there just ain't really like a proper pull-up bar for me around here. There's actually like there's a monkey bar thing down the road, but that's all there is there, so I'm not going just to go to that. Sometimes I'll go there on my way home sometimes, but it's just not really worth it for me right now. But yeah. Yeah, this thing is dead. I might just restart it, guys. Yeah, I don't know.